Now, you may have heard of Formula E. That's the all-electric motor racing championship, which launched in 2014. But what about Extreme E? Well, that is a new class of racing set to launch next year, and we'll see only electric SUVs racing off-road in some of the most remote parts of the world, while highlighting climate challenges. Well, UK-based AFC Energy has just announced a partnership with Extreme E to provide charging for the cars using zero-emission energy. Well, joining me now is its Chief Executive, Adam Bond. Adam, welcome to you. How long will an individual race last?
The normal race will last over a weekend. There'll be a set-up time and obviously a pack-up time, but the racing itself will be about 2 days, during which up to a dozen cars will be racing around an off-grid, off-road terrain, and basically highlighting a number of the issues associated with climate change in the process.
And you will be providing the recharging facilities. How do you do that?
Sure. So for your viewers, AFC is a leading provider of hydrogen energy generation technologies. We create electricity from hydrogen without any emissions. In fact, the only byproduct of our process is the production of water. We will be producing hydrogen from an off-grid electrolysis machine, which more or less splits water into hydrogen and oxygen, and that will be powered by the sun, solar. And the hydrogen that is made from that process will then be consumed in our fuel cell to create green, no-emission energy.
And how long does the recharging process take typically?
The recharging process, I mean, we should be at a point where we can charge the race vehicles under an hour. In a traditional setting, domestic or commercial setting, you're looking at a few things that are dependent upon that: the battery size, the charging rate. But in this case, we're looking to do these things fairly fast and allow the races to proceed to schedule.
And how labour intensive is it to get the charging gear around the circuits?
Well, the actual gear will be transported around with our partners Extreme E. They have a boat which will go from port to port where the races are run. We will be operating those systems on their behalf, and then basically at the end of each race, we'll pack it up, put it on the boat, and prepare for the next race.
Now, you're hoping to roll out your hydrogen-charged, hydrogen-powered EV charging systems around the UK. What partners have you got lined up at the moment?
Well, in addition to Extreme E, we announced a couple of weeks ago a collaboration with an organisation called Acciona, a very large Spanish construction group. One of the key markets that we're focusing on is in fact displacement of or transition away from diesel as a form of off-grid power, and the construction market is a clear market of focus for us in the UK alone, and the lockdown has driven a lot of interest in air quality, and what we're starting to see now is a movement away from diesel as the provider of choice, if you like, for power in those off-grid locations like construction. So working with a company like Acciona with a global reach, with a very clear mandate corporately on sustainability, and partners like them in the international construction and temporary power industry is really where we are looking to take our system over the next 12 months or so.
All right, Adam Bond from AFC Energy. Very, very good to talk to you. Thanks for joining me.